Oh, Daddy got a big fish.
That thing is a stonker. Just goes to show how lucky we were in managing to be able to save our boat. Stories like this where they've dragged anchor and the boat's just wrecked, they abandoned ship and just got smashed.
Hi, I'm Benita, that's Yosh, and this is A Sailor in the Making, Tallulah May. For 6 years now, we've been sailing around the world on our 40-foot sailboat Nandji. Subscribe to the channel and join us as we sail through remote Indonesia. Waking up to another beautiful morning in the Telos Islands, we decided to get underway and continue our journey south through the West Sumatra island chain.
Remember? Now you can't leave the cockpit because we're underway. You can steer. That's it, good steering. Harder. More to starboard. All the way. Good girl. Keep going. Harder.
With 100 nautical miles to travel to our next port, we plan to travel overnight with the full moon. The glassy afternoon seas soon turned into a fast night sail with 20 knots on the beam. Sailing fast all night meant little sleep and a delirious Yosh the next morning.
Conservative Steve, I got my family trying to sleep. I gotta keep the boat vertical so they don't slip. We're nearly at the end of this trip. Oh, squalling along at sea. Squalling, I'm as happy can be. The clouds behind me are looking pretty great. Bring it on today, I say it's okay. Come on! I said come on! Probably shouldn't tempt fate too much. Just be gentle, guys, just be gentle. Look at that front. Whoa. Out and now the wind's just swirling. It's like gusty, changing directions, and it's starting to rain. Rowdy on the entrance. We've got a current that's ripping out of the channel that we're trying to go into, and the wind's blowing straight into that current. So you got this standing, chopping waves that's going on at the moment. We're dead downwind, so we've only got a mainsail up. And here we are. Oh, that's so good. Let's get this anchor down. Oh, how sweet it is to drop anchor after an unexpected rough, squally passage. We'd arrived back in the main town of the Mentawais region named Tua Pajet. Here we plan to make our last supply stop to prepare the boat with everything we need for the onward journey south. Since first departing on this trip, we've now sailed over 300 nautical miles in variable conditions towards this elusive remote atoll. With only 100 nautical miles further to travel, we will rest up and wait for our weather window to continue on.
extremely pretty. So there's these islands off of where we're anchored called Satan's Rocks, and it definitely resembles a place where Satan would live because it's bloody beautiful.
Daddy got a big fish. Okay.
Man, well, what a little afternoon session that was. So the lady stayed on the beach and I went out. I thought it was a bit milky, a bit dirty, only got about 10 metres of viz, but I'll just go to this ledge that I'd found the other day. I'll just do a dive on it just to see if there's anything there. And I saw there was a few jacks under the ledge, so I went back up and just had a bit of a breath. So righto, if one goes out from outside the cave, because the cave looked pretty deep, I thought, well, if they just swim out the front of it, I'll have a go. And so I did my breathe up, went down. The cave, the top of the cave's at 14 metres, so it's a little bit on the edge of the deeper side of where I want to be diving by myself. It's a little bit naughty, should always dive with someone else, so I feel really bad about doing that, but just today was the day that it was going to get a fish, it had to happen. So I dove down and I just sort of sat on the top of the edge, and the jacks sort of came out, and there was like 4 of them or so. They were kicking around there. I was like, oh, they kind of done the little doof, and they always come back around to you. They always swim back at you. And I shot him. I thought I'd got him really good. I thought I'd stoned him a bit further up in the head, but then it was a split second, and then he went, whoa, and went darted back into the cave. I was like, oh no! I went up to the surface, and it took me like another 3 or 4 dives after that trying to just get it out of the cave. Lucky I did put a good shot on it, so I kind of went under the cave and died, and I was able to get it out. Oh, definitely a PB Mangrove Jack, that one. I'm saying that's 10 kilos. Thing's bloody heavy for photos. I can't hold it up for the 10 seconds, you know, when the 10-second he clicks down in the photos. Yeah, I was so stoked. That was like, everything just sort of happened. He just came out and said, yep, presented the shot, and I nailed him, and
yeah,
so
well done. Give me some skin. Yeah, I'm gonna
It's just something about hunting for your own food that is just
so primitive.
So primitive. It just feel like I got up once I got it in the boat. I was just like, surprised you didn't hear me from the beach. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you all right? You just let out the biggest man roar.
Yeah, we're hungry, so yeah.
But have a look at that. It's not often you get fish bigger than your kids.
So you're gonna say something else then?
That thing is a stonker. Big fish. Oh, all right, let's clean him up. You want Mangrove Jack for dinner for the next week or what?
Yes, please.
And as we're getting ready to leave, there's just this pretty gnarly weather that's now popped up, so there's no point in leaving when it's going to be getting pretty strong. And today's meant to be the calm day, and tonight's when it's really hitting. It's already showing signs of it's getting pretty dark and pretty gnarly out there. And the channel, which has always been smooth, I can see from here is like white capping out hardcore. So we are good to be tucked in away where we are.
As long as this wind stays really west, we're in a really good spot. But if it starts going too like north, then we're a bit exposed. But I think we're just going to run with it.
I think of him. I think of him.
Oh, she's pretty wild.
Yeah, pack it up.
And good morning. Man, it's nice to be moving again. We've been stuck here for way too long, waiting on food, waiting on fuel, waiting on packages, waiting on people. But, you know, we are in island life, so you just have to sometimes accept those things. But we've got everything we need, and now we're heading off. And it's a beautiful day. It was meant to be northerly, but it's like a light southerly blowing at the moment, but we are heading south. We first left to head down 400 miles to a remote atoll, and we're still heading that way. We've got about 120 odd miles to go to get there, but we have to go past quite a few nice places, and there's a little island we would like to stop off and go check out first, so that's where we're heading. And we also heard about a surf charter business boat that sank just a few weeks ago, so we might go for a little dive on that and go check it out. We have a massive swell, 2.9 meters in 19 seconds. That's like something that's going to generate some pretty huge waves, and it is the surf season. And so we're going to go hide from the swell. How's that for an answer? So we've got a bit of a sail away to get down to our anchorage. We've got 30 odd miles today, 30 odd miles tomorrow, and then this massive swell will hit us. Here we were, just cruising, minding our own business. We sort of left the channel. We've gone around the first wave and all the other charter boats that are sitting there, and we're kind of out in the open ocean now. You know, at this stage, you know, there's no real wind, so we're just sort of motoring with the main. And you think you can go and relax and make a coffee and not really keep an eye on things because you're not really going to crash into anything. And just before you poke your head down, go downstairs, there's these crew. Just three fishos sitting out here in their little dugout canoe. Love it.
Big wave.
We made it down to the anchorage. It was pretty cruisy. We ended up motor sailing for 80% of the way down, so it got a little bit boring. But we made it into the anchorage, and I was thinking we might need to stick the drone up to try to find out where this wreck is, but it's actually pretty obvious where this charter vessel's gone down. It's poking out of the water. There's a couple of other local crew over there on their boats that look like they're doing the same thing as what we are, coming in for a bo peep. I'm sure the boat's been pretty well rated because this happened a couple of weeks ago. So the story behind it is that we are a bit open to the northwest where we are, but so the charter boat had stopped in here for the night and a northwest sort of squall, that's where the weather comes from, blew through, dragged anchor and ended up on the reef. Simple as that. Looks like some of it's on the beach and some of it's in the shallows there, but it's definitely a reminder of how quickly things can go wrong on a boat. That's for damn sure. And we know from first-hand experience what it's like being on a reef, and it's not fun. Just goes to show how lucky we were in managing to be able to save our boat and get it off the reef. And you know, there's stories like this where they've dragged anchor and the boat's just wrecked, they abandoned ship and she just got smashed. Also the fact that Nandji is just an absolute weapon. Looks like the lads are just ripping the cables out. I mean, it was only like 2 weeks ago that this happened. This thing is so smashed up. Masuk, huh? Yeah, Masuk, City? Okay. Say, come on board. I don't know if I want to.
Well, the lads are here, they're pulling it all apart, so I think we'll just let them do their thing. Maybe walk along the beach and have a look at some of the wreckage that's washed up.
So I don't know what's going on with this area or the businesses, man, but like within 6 months, that's the second charter boat that we know of that we've seen in this area. Like within miles of each other, that's smashed up on the reef and totally destroyed.
The ladies are down here fishing in the shallows. They're pretty cool. Pretty friendly. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, it's getting a bit eerie now. We're kind of like right in front of the reef, so it's just where everything is pushed in.
Is the fuel tank?
Yeah, probably. Fuel tank. The fuel tank. You can smell it too, eh?
Just keeps going. Wow.
How's the roof of the boat?
Look where the roof is to the...
How far it is.
The boat is all the way down there. The roof has come all the way up here. It really is a very sad thing to see. This is somebody's hopes and dreams. This is their business. This is their vision. Yeah. You know, and all it takes is one night, one bad mistake. Generally it's 3 mistakes in one at the same time on a boat. When things go wrong, there's 3 things that happen at once. It's just really sad to see this all smashed up on the reef. It's awful. That's
one thing about cruising around here. You always do have to be on your toes because like, look at the day, it's blue skies, it looks absolutely marvellous, but tonight you could get one of these squalls that blow 50 knots because that's just what sort of happens around here through these islands off of Sumatra and being so close to the equator. So you just really have to be on your game. Like you can't really just tuck into bed at night and you always got to sleep with one eye open, you know, because it's just, this can happen so quick. Like, they might have been anchored when it was like this and then just got smoked by 50 knots and instantly dragged and then you're on the reef. Like it can happen so fast. So you know, you can sit here and judge and everything, but at the same time we went on the boat and we went there and like you don't know what you're dealing with. So you know, they had a boat full of guests. There was like 20 people on the boat and this is what happened. So like, it's crazy, man.
We were going to stay at that anchorage tonight, but it's so glassy and calm right now, and it's also so hot. So we're just kind of sitting in the anchorage. It's super hot, and if we keep moving, we get this wind. So we thought we'd just pull up anchor. And also we kind of felt a little bit weird anchoring right near a shipwreck as well. We cleansed all of our bad jujus away in Bali. So we're feeling really good and we don't want to go back there. So we just pulled up stumps and we're going to keep on moving. We've got 20 nautical miles to go, which isn't far at all. So roughly 4 hours for us until we're back in a really protected anchorage and we can sleep well. We can sleep like babies tonight.
Travel between the islands, it's like really deep water on one side, over 1,000 meters, comes up to 50 odd meters. We're currently in 80 and then it drops away again to 1,000 on the other side of the islands. But so these are, I'm pretty sure these boats are squid boats, so they light up, they're covered in lights and they catch squid during the night, but they're anchored.
So they're anchored currently in 83 metres of water. 83 metres, that's a lot of humans to pull that thing back up again.
It's a big job.
It's a big job, man. Anchored in 83 metres. No windlass. We'll happily just motor along in those glassy conditions. We had a full main up just for stability, as we do through the bit of swell. And, you know, we just copped a bit of a squall, but squalls from the southeast are nothing compared to squalls from the northwest. So we did put a reef in the main, so we're still motoring because we're pretty much going straight into it. But, mate, I'll take a squall from the southeast any day.
Tell me when you're ready. I'm getting always waiting. I learn to love that look. I can read your signs. We're jumping on the first bus. I never went to save us. We're pulling up the curtain that covers this blue sky. Oh, tell me, can you feel we're floating in the air?
Thanks for watching this episode, legends. We really hope you're enjoying the channel and enjoying our trip south. If you are enjoying the journey, think about supporting our channel and our videos by becoming a Patreon. Right here, there's a link in the description as well. More videos from our channel up here, and if you aren't already, be sure to subscribe. Cheers, legends. We'll catch you in the next one.